So if you have any thoughts, or Aya, if you do.
Yeah, we'll go back and forth on Underwear. I mean, he's been around for a little while, and you said it perfectly well. He's a player that doesn't have a problem with mixing it up. So his play style really can go any which way. I mean, he'll bring control lineups, he'll bring combo lineups, aggro lineups, you name it. He's just really ready to play on top of the meta, which I really like about him. Now, what we haven't seen from him is to actually pilot that to a victory. But Aya, talk to us about what you think Underwear can do to improve, and or what else he can show us to kind of push him into that stratosphere.
Well, what I think about Underwear, and he plays in a lot of tournaments. He does consistently well and all that. I think one of the things that he can start doing is maybe and this gonna sound a little weird, but maybe he could add just a little bit of predictability to him. Like, you don't need to be unpredictable all the time, you know, and you can be just a little bit of predictable, but still use that to your advantage. Like, make people think they know you, and then you just, you know, play to that strength.
Yep.
I think because he tries to mix it up a lot, it makes it where he's like a jack of all trades, master of none. And I think that kind of hurts him sometimes.
Right. There's not like a defined deck that we're like, you know what, Underwear is the pilot of this deck, and he crushes people with it.
Right.
And we actually see that be a huge advantage to Jay-Z, our champion, right? Like, people will ban out his Control Blood now because of how effective they know he is with it. It doesn't even matter what they're playing, they'll just ban it against him, right? So without something like that, it's not as hard or as, I guess, stressful to play against him.
Right. That's why I said you want to add just a little bit of predictability to your spice, man. You don't have to be like 110%, you know, mix up king, you know, just a little bit of it, you know.
Let's talk about for a second the fact that Underwear's playing OTK Roach and has like nice little perfects here. He got the incredible Ancient Elf early gameplay on the play against Haven, has protection for the Tribunal, has to get lucky here, I feel like. I mean, I guess not. You can banish it now that you just top decked the Blackened Scripture, so you found it out here.
All right, so let's actually talk about something that Underwear is rocking. And I appreciate this a great deal because this is one of the first legendaries I got. Actually, it was the very first legendary I got in the game, Crystallia. We haven't seen that card very much in recent memory. Okay, we see it a little bit here and there, but we don't see it as much. Okay. How do you feel about seeing that card kind of come back?
I think it's good if you plan on playing against aggro. It can help you against control in some scenarios, but there are definitely much better cards to do that. I think it's good. I don't think it's good in this matchup, but it's a good card. I've never been not a fan of Crystallia. I think she's a great card. She's great value, especially with the amount of bounce that you can produce these days. Having a 1-of in your deck, I think, is perfectly fine because it just gives you so many options. But it's not a card you need to lean heavily on anymore, I don't think.
Well, I will always have a soft place somewhere on my body for that card. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. Calm down.
CarePackage seeping into your CarePackage seeping into your mind a little bit, I think.
No, I didn't mean it like that, man.
I know.
Calm down. But it's like, you know, soft place in my heart for that card. That card's really sweet. Yeah. You know? It's like really dope.
I just want to really point out this game. This is kind of like the de facto, I have the best draw I possibly can against my Haven opponent. My opponent's already at 13. I don't even have my combo yet, and it really doesn't matter what my opponent does for the rest of the game because they're always going to be in combo range.
Right.
And Dance of Death here, I mean, it's just everything's in Underwear's favor. Yeah,
I mean, you just dance, you evo, you face, and Underwear has a dog in the way. I'm sorry, CarePackage has a dog in the way, not Underwear. But he's at 4 already, and now he's got it.
Aggro for us. This isn't even combo for us at this point, right?
Yeah. He has to play Themis, you know, and it doesn't feel good at all. Like, if Underwear draws a Roach, wrap it up.
Yeah, if a Roach is drawn at any point, the game is over.
Yeah. I mean, he's sitting there. Well, I mean, he could technically draw one if he was really just.
This is what I play Fairy Nature's Guidance at 100% right now.
Yeah, and then you draw Roach, you win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just win.
If you draw Goblin Mage, you win, right? Because that will get you your Roach, and then you just finish off with it. So
any number of things he could have drawn would have been win right there.
Let's take a look. I'm gonna look at Underwear's deck real quick because I don't know if he's actually playing Goblin Mages. I have to imagine he is. It's not like a card you usually leave home without when you're playing this deck.
Right.
Okay, he's playing 3 of them. So yeah, he could have gone for a couple different wins last turn, but decided to just play it safe. No, he's in no rush, so I don't blame him.
This is intriguing. Not clearing that. I mean, you just kind of leaving yourself open to like a dance.
Yes. Like,
actually,
there's still
he
an
just
Evo point left.
Yeah. I'm like, aren't you just dead?
Scooped the game.
Yeah. I was like, aren't you just dead? Like, why wouldn't you kill that? Like, yeah, why wouldn't you kill that? Is there a reason? Like, can you think of one that, you know?
I mean, I know his thoughts are I want to have a Warden play, but again, with an Evo point left over, I mean, this is his game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way that thing's living.
And there's no way he's living because this game is a wrap.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. I really don't understand that. I really don't.
Well, that'll be CarePackage down a game, losing to OTK Roach. Honestly speaking, OTK Roach is kind of a throw match anyway. I think OTK Roach was very well positioned against both Control Blood and Aegis Haven.
Oh,
so now that match is out of the way, Underwear has to win with his Aegis deck, and we'll see if CarePackage's tech choices do him any justice.
Right. Well, I, as a Haven player, absolutely detest playing against Roach. Just
yeah,
because
of course. Since the dawn of Roach, absolutely.
Yeah, I detest it. I can't stand it. I would rather face Roach than D-Shift, mind you. Right. At least I can play Ward to stop Roach. I can't play a Ward to stop D-Shift. They just, they take extra turns and, blow out my wards anyway.
Yeah, we already talked about that one. Banning D-Shift was definitely the right ban. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the fact that Underwear, this is what I was talking about building strategy. He brought D-Shift and OTK Roach. Both do very similar things against CarePackage's lineup. So he's almost guaranteed to win if he plays his deck properly and the right draws and all that stuff. But almost guaranteeing himself a win here.
Oh man. Well, okay. At least Underwear is set for the late game. He's got the late game on lock.
He does have Aegis on turn 9, so there is that. However, CarePackage is running Control Blood, and let's look at how many Mr. Full Moons he's running to counter this.
This is very interesting. Very interesting. Because this matchup is generally in Haven's favor, right? It's generally in Haven's favor, primarily because of Aegis. If it wasn't for Aegis, things would be pretty different.
Right. And CarePackage is actually running 2 Mr. Full Moons, so he will have an answer to the first couple Heavenly Aegis that get played. So that might be enough to push him over the edge. We'll see. He does have to draw them, but I feel like, turn 9, you're on the draw. I think you can probably get there.
Well, I fully believe that he's capable of doing so. How many Aegis is let's see, how many Aegis is he running?
Just one.
Wow. Okay, so that actually could be very if he gets the full moon, that could be amazing.
Yeah. Honestly speaking, I don't know in this matchup. I think that's why CarePackage chose to audible to this deck, just to get the win. I don't know if there's a realistic way for Underwear to win this one. I mean, you can do some fancy plays with some Moon Owl Mirage and some Taurus, but against all the life gain that Blood has, I don't know about it.
Yeah. Especially with that Mask of Black Death. Like, what does Haven, for the most part, do against Mask of Black Death? Well, at least this style of Haven.
Play into board control. That's what it does. It plays its Moon Owl Mirage to pop it, and then it loses its Moon Owl Mirage.
Yeah. Right. So now he opted not to banish that with the Black Inscription to force him to overdraw. I guess it's a very interesting line.
Hey, that's something you can do. One of the things that I do against players who like to draw a lot of cards is make sure that I punish them for it. That's an actually often overlooked strategy. Is if you can make them overdraw, maybe they don't get that Mr. Full Moon. Maybe you make them overdraw both of their Mr. Full Moons. Yes, the chances are super low, but if it's one of your best chances to win, might as well take it.
This is also one of the things that I really like about forcing people to overdraw, especially Blood, is that they play Belphegor, and playing Belphegor on like those turns where there's just like nothing really going on feels really bad when you're sitting with like 8 cards in your hand and you're just burning cards because you're trying to build some type of presence. It feels terrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Terrible.
100% terrible.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Anyway.
And now this is just kind of like, we're going to sit here and watch both players play maybe something, and then just kind of pass a bunch. Both these tribunals are lined up, so I don't think CarePackage is going to be playing anything into them.
Well, no, I don't think he's, I mean, I know he's playing Blood, but I don't think he's suicidal.
Right.
Loving the Lucifer.
Yeah,
Digging
this
the
is
Lucifer.
one way to get there. If this Lucifer does manage to stay alive somehow, not gonna happen, then you could Evo and deal 14 damage by itself. So that is one way to get an advantage. But
dude, he doesn't have Mr. Full Moon yet.
He doesn't have Mr. Full Moon. That's true.
It doesn't. And that I guess is
maybe that
down.
was an overdraw. Maybe that was the overdraw.
Yeah, that I guess is coming down post haste. Okay, it's happening.
And to speak to the same effect, yes, your opponent might have 2 Mr. Full Moons, but if you don't play your Aegis on the first available turn, you give them more of a chance to draw it. So get it down.
Right. Get it down.
I mean, at least Underwear is not going to play it next turn.
Well, at least you'll have 1 damage in perpetuity for the rest of the game. He will always have 1 damage.
Right.
Oh, man. Okay.
All right, here it is.
Now will CarePackage draw the Mr. Full Moon?
So here's a slight play. This isn't going to matter much in the game in context, but is there ever a reason to actually pre-evo Aegis here?
It does kind of, just present something really big, but I don't think so. Like, I mean, it's a thing that people do, but that Odin is doing all of nothing.
Uh-oh.
That Odin is doing a lot of nothing. A lot of it.
Nothing. Throwing away a little bit of life gain before it's necessary too. I don't like that because that can essentially, stave off an extra attack. Yes, he has the Diabolic Drain.
Right.
But if Underwear doesn't play any other followers, that Diabolic Drain isn't going to gain the health, right? If you Diabolic Drain a Aegis, you don't gain the life, or do you?
You do gain it. You still gain the health.
You do gain it. Okay.
Yeah, you still gain the health. It just doesn't do damage to the Aegis.
There are some effects that just fall off of that card, so.
Well, yeah. Diabolic Drain is not one of them. The gain health effect is actually separate from the drain effect, the actual damage. So you definitely get it. It's like Sabrewer.
Yeah, so it'll be necessary for him to do it next turn so he doesn't die. It's just, that's only 1 turn. He needs to draw his Mr. Full Moon.
Actually, what Underwear could have done to play around that is that he could have played Lucifer and evoed it.
No loitering on holy grounds.
He could have done, so he would have put him at 6. So playing Diabolic Dream wouldn't have put him out of reach of.
But he can still do that next turn, so it's still an option.
Well, no, if he had played Diabolic Drain, he would have went to 8. That's at 10.
Sinners be purged.
Well, he drew Righteous Devil anyway. And Underwear did put a follower in play to gain health from. So.
Yeah, he did. Well, he could technically gain health from the Aegis.
But at least it would die. In this scenario, this will actually stick around. So now he has to deal with it. Not a big problem. Obviously, has a Themis' Decree, has a Black Inscription, all this stuff. But.
If he doesn't play that Diabolic Drain right now, this is lethal. He can play Lucifer and Evo. Yeah, it's lethal. He has to. I mean, he has Moon Mirage as well, like to push for even more. Actually, No, Moon wouldn't. Moon would actually put him at 1 on Evo, so that wouldn't be enough. But the Lucifer would be lethal for sure, or the Moon on Mirage, either one.
They're both, yeah. It's same. It's just if CarePackage does not utilize the heal, he will die.
Yeah. He will definitely be dead. You need to play that now. 14 is not a healthy life total.
You know your opponent's playing at least one more Moon on Mirage, at least another Lucifer, at least another Taurus, and Aether with no other cards to pull other than Taurus.
Yeah.
However, there's not board space to do that, so I guess you're not.
Oh, he played it. Okay, he played it. Okay.
Okay.
Good job, sir. Good job.
However, it's all for naught, right? Because, I mean, a Themis' Decree followed by absolutely nothing just wins the game also, so...
Yup. Just nothing. At this point, it's just downhill. Like, you just...
So I guess here's a real question. If you know this is a do-or-die match, do you hard mull for Mr. Full Moon?
Yes!
Like, you just, like, scream for it.
Yeah! 100%, dude! 100%. Hard mulligan. Easy. That's not a mistake. And
so he can go back up to 10.
How do you draw all those cards?
He's over half of his deck drawn and has not drawn a 2 of in his deck. That feels bad. And you can see it on CarePackage's face right now.
Yeah, that feels awful.
You built the tech into your deck and you can't draw it.
Yeah, and he drew a lot of cards.
A ton.
He drew a lot of cards. And I guess showing he's like, I'm the big boss. And this, what can you do, man? What can you do?
That's exactly right. What can you do? It's like Beauty and the Beast, a little bit slower, but you actually just can't kill it. There's a hard difference there.
Yep, you can't.
And Underwear is gonna move on from this game a champion. What a great like just absolute metagame call. Play against your hard matchup and you still just eke out a victory there. Like, honestly speaking, we talked about it with the Mr. Full Moon drawn. That game's over, right? There's almost no way that he can win that game, but not drawn and
100%.
It's interesting too because the Mask of Black Deaths were just